4.21. 1.
I'm not sure if I've ever had experience with what you would call alternative medicine. I've used chiropractic, but not everyone considers chiropractic to be alternative. I had been doing some sort of extreme exercises in the gym and I got a slipped disc. And the pain was excruciating. And although my boyfriend at the time was an orthopedic surgeon, he told me to see a chiropractor. And I must say, it worked really well. The only problem was that although I felt fine after I think 3 or 4 visits, the chiropractor wanted me to keep coming back, and so I ended up having to make an excuse for not going back. I said that I was leaving the country, basically. But it worked.
2.
I'm very sceptical, about alternative medicine. All sorts of alternative medicine. In fact, I don't believe in them. Except, I suppose, osteopathy, if you can call that alternative. But the only time I've had something that you would really call alternative medicine was when I went to an osteopath because I had a bad back. And at the same time as having a bad back, I had this really awful cold, terrible pain in my sinuses. And I could hardly breathe. And the osteopath said, I can give you a sort of acupuncture, but it's with very small needles that they put in your ear. I was lying face down, having the osteopath deal with my back. And I could hardly breathe, so I said, OK. So he put these tiny needles in my ear. I've got to admit that the next day, I was almost completely better. I felt so good, and it convinced me, really, that in the sense that it definitely wasn't a placebo effect, because I didn't believe in it, but I really felt much, much better.
3.
I don't use alternative medicine because I think it's a waste of time and it doesn't work. If alternative medicine worked, it wouldn't be alternative, it would be actual conventional medicine. The reason that it is alternative is because we don't have any solid proof that it works. You only ever hear anecdotal evidence that it's worked for individual people. That's not real evidence, and I would say to anyone who's heard stories like that, look up the placebo effect. There's no evidence that alternative medicine works beyond the placebo effect. And so, as far as I'm concerned, it's a waste of time and money. And at its worst, it could even be dangerous or harmful if people are using it in place of real medicine that might cure their very real illness.
4.
So, having had endless pain as a result of this inflamed tendon in my foot, and after loads of antibiotics, which seemed to take a very long time to have any effect, I decided to have a go at acupuncture. It just so happened that the doctor who was doing it was somebody that I'd known from a surgery where I used to go to, so I went to him, and it was an extremely pleasant experience. But unfortunately, it didn't do any good at all. However, if I was very ill or something and had tried all sorts of normal cures, I think I would be prepared to try it again.